the 2016 Mazda 3 Five-Door Hatchback. If you are looking for the best overall compact hatchback on the market, you are looking at it right here. I'm Jay, and welcome to the latest episode of Car Buzz Unboxing Reviews. As you can probably tell, I'm quite excited to talk to you about the Mazda 3 today because it is one of my favorite cars on sale today. Yes, one of my favorite cars, whether it is a sports car, supercar, sedan, you name it. The Mazda 3 to me, it's always been one of those very few cars out there that does nearly everything right. So the Mazda 3, this is actually the third generation, was launched back in the early 2000s, and from the moment I first saw that first generation, I really liked it. I was back in high school, and it was one of the best looking compact sedans and hatchbacks that I had ever seen. Previously, hatchbacks and those little sedans to me were, boring looking, but the Mazda 3 looked different. And then there was the second generation Mazda 3 that came out a few years afterwards, and while it drove great, it had some weird exterior styling. That the front end, it looked kind of like a cat smiling, and not everyone was a fan of it. And then this beautiful thing came out, the third generation, which was launched back in 2013 for the 2014 model year. But let's start this engine up first and foremost for you. And as with every single Mazda product out there, performance and driving matter. It's just one of those quintessential things that Mazda does so well, and that engine is no exception. It is a Skyactiv 2.5 liter four-cylinder with 184 horsepower and 185 pound-feet of torque. But let's look at this exterior a bit here, because from every angle, it looks fantastic. And as I mentioned, the weird cat smiley front end look, it's gone with this current car. This is called Kodo styling language, and Mazda has it already on the MX-5 Miata, the CX-3, CX-5, the Mazda 6 sedan as well. And it's one of those things that they just sort of keep evolving, and it just looks more premium than what its price tag suggests. I love those swooping lines that, they go right into the tail end. And I think the hatchback, now you can also get the Mazda 3, this car, as a sedan, but I like the looks of the hatchback better because of this Kodo styling language. It just flows better. I notice the dual exhaust too. Oh, and even in the license plate frame, driving matters. Exactly. Mazda wants us to understand that zoom, driving matters philosophy. Unlike, say, other Japanese automakers, I'm talking to you, Toyota specifically, where driving is, they tune their cars to be kind of boring on purpose. Mazda is the complete opposite. And in many ways, we need to think of Mazda as sort of the Alfa Romeo of Japan. Because think about it. The styling looks great inside and out. For an example, you got these 18-inch alloy wheels. And when you see the interior, there's passion in it, and Alfa Romeos are just full of passion. And that's Mazda today. And the best part about Mazdas is also they're affordable. And as I was mentioning, this five-door Mazda 3, this is the Grand Touring. It is the top of the line. See, look at that front end styling. It is so much better than the second generation. That cat smiley look. You have these LED combination or headlights there, taillights as well. It's such a clean look, but yet it's sexy. And unfortunately, I don't know if it's anybody else, but I don't see enough Mazda 3s on the road. And there should be more. Okay. This is the engine. I already mentioned to you, 2.5 liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder. That's right. This is not turbocharged. Ford Focus, turbocharged. For an example, Oh, Volkswagen Jetta, Volkswagen Golf. They're all going turbocharged, but Mazda, well, they're sticking with natural aspiration for now, which is fantastic. So, but this is the optional engine. The standard engine in the Mazda 3 is a 2.0 liter. It's got 155 horsepower and 150 pound-feet of torque. So you're getting about 30 more horsepower with this optional 2.5 engine here. Now, I do recommend the 2.5 for anyone who really likes to drive. Maybe you're a little bit more of an enthusiast. But if you want to save a little more at the pump, go for the 2.0. Fuel efficiency does matter for a lot of people. Speaking of fuel economy, this car you're going to get 26 miles per gallon in the city, 35 on the highway, and a combined 29. Oh, and 0 to 60? 7.4 seconds. Not fast. Look, it's not a hot hatch. That's not what this car is. It's just an everyday, great overall hatchback. And 7.4 seconds is more than good enough. But now I want to talk to you about this interior because, as you can see, it looks great. This is all black leather. Notice the red stitching. And like the exterior, it's just all premium. Now, that's not real carbon fiber around the power door locks there. That is faux carbon fiber. But the look still looks really good. Okay, let's take a look at the rear seats here. Now, what's kind of interesting is that rear seat passengers compared to the second generation Mazda 3 sit 2 inches lower than before. Not a big deal, but it's just because this Mazda 3, it's built on a brand new platform. The previous Mazda 3s were built on a Ford-derived platform when Ford used to own, I believe, around 20% of Mazda, but now Mazda is its own entity and it developed its own platform for this car. Now, rear seat passengers. If they're about 6 feet tall, you're going to be fairly comfortable, assuming the front seat passengers are short. Now let's take a look at the front seats. Oh, I love this dash design. I recently did some unboxing reviews of Audis such as the A4, and you know, looking at this interior, you would almost think you're in an Audi at first. I really like it how Mazda was sort of inspired by the German design, but they added their own twist to it. Oh, look at that. And yes, that is a 6-speed manual transmission in the center console. That is the standard transmission. The optional transmission is a 6-speed automatic with paddle shifters. Head-up display. You know, some people don't like them, and in this car, I liked it. I didn't find it annoying at all. But just look at this dash layout. And yes, everything is as premium as you'd think. Soft touch plastics, leather wrapped steering wheel. I love that sort of brushed aluminum look. Now, look, you're not going to get all of the top quality materials you're going to get in a BMW or an Audi. Remember, you're in an affordable Mazda. But look what Mazda has done here. Now, I don't really like that shiny black piano plastic. It looks good at first, but there is a little bit of glare, especially in the sun. I do think it's going to scratch a little easily too, and it just collects dust. But I think that's a minor nitpick there. Now, I was also recently speaking to the newly appointed head of North American design for Mazda, Julien Montus, and his previous job in Mazda was running interior design, and he is the guy responsible for this interior. And he's really saying just how much Mazda is trying to go premium, and he's absolutely right. For an example, this touchscreen display here. Take a look at this. It is just that color clarity, and it's just so good. Again, compare it to the Audi A4 we just did an unboxing video of as well, and it looks so similar. This is the same system that you get in the new Mazda MX-5 Miata RF. It's really great. It's a 7-inch color touchscreen display. It's the Mazda Connect system. It also has a rear view camera, nav system, 9-speaker audios in the interior as well. And along with the touchscreen, you can also control it by a rotary dial that is on the center console. And who's responsible for this rotary dial initially? Well, that'd be BMW with iDrive. And it's sort of kind of spread throughout the entire automotive industry. But you know what? Having this rotary dial on the center console, it works. It just matters how the user interface works in conjunction with the dial to make sure it's, user-friendly. Dual zone automatic climate control. Again, another nice premium feature you're getting in an affordable, compact hatchback. All right, so let's talk about safety here, because anybody who is in the market for a new car today, safety is always typically a priority. This car comes with a blind spot monitoring system, 4-wheel ABS brakes, LED daytime running lights, bi-xenon headlights, dynamic stability control, traction control, rear cross traffic alert, total of 6 airbags even. And it earned an overall 5-star US government crash test rating. And it earned a good results in all categories for the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, including in the small overlap frontal crash test. And that is a difficult test to master. In getting a good, it doesn't get any better than that. Now, what's kind of interesting about the 6-speed manual option in this car, and again, I would go for the 6-speed manual because I do enjoy driving. I know not everyone does. Yeah, sunroof, gotta have that. But originally, when this current generation Mazda 3 came out with the 2.5 in the Grand Touring model here, Mazda, for some reason, did not offer the manual transmission with the 2.5 engine, which was really strange. It was only available in the base 2.0 engine. And Mazda 3 buyers, the enthusiasts, were just like, hey, Mazda, what the hell is up with that? We want a manual in the top trim engine. So Mazda listened, and for 2015, they made the manual available in the 2.5, which is the car you see here. So, Mazda, thank you for listening to your customers. This is why so many of them are very loyal to you. Now, this car, it also has an interesting feature called text-to-voice technology, and it lets the system actually read email and text messages from your phone aloud through the car's audio system, as well as a display that'll show messages on the touchscreen. And of course, you have cruise control and a trip computer, and a 6-way power driver's seat with manual lumbar support. And I thought these seats, they were very supportive. Now, they're not supportive quite like, again, BMW, Audi supportive, but for this price point, man, they're just, it's great. Very comfortable. Okay, so what are some of the best features that I like about this car? Well, first off, the infotainment system is very clear, it's intuitive, there's great ergonomics, the brilliant 6-speed shifter, and the steering and pedals they're just both perfectly balanced. And this car is just a blast to drive. The 2.5, it feels noticeably stronger at the lower end of the rev range, and the steering it's just so precise, and there's no noticeable body roll. Then you can also press the S Sport button for slightly more aggressive throttle response too. And Mazda has also added sound deadening materials behind the dash and under the floor mats just to, make the driving experience even better. And this is one of the reasons why I love hatchbacks. Just more versatility when it comes to space, the rear seats, 60-40 split folding. All right, so what don't I like about the Mazda 3 Five-Door here? Well, the interior is kind of dark, especially when you go with the black leather. Again, kind of nitpicky, but just something I picked up on. And despite all those the faux carbon fiber rather, trim pieces, there were a few other trim pieces that I thought were a little cheap. And then there's also that shiny black piano plastic that I don't think is going to age well. And there was a little too much wind noise, but again, it's no big deal. And the rear seat is a bit tight for taller people. So what's the competition? Well, you have the Volkswagen Golf and Jetta, which I also did an unboxing review of too, the Honda Civic, Chevrolet Cruze, Ford Focus, Hyundai Elantra, and Kia Forte. Now, all those started around $18,000 or $19,000, and they go up to around the $25,000, $26,000 range. But this, the Mazda 3, it has a base price of $18,545. Now, that's for the sedan. For the 5-door, it's around a little bit more, about an extra $1,000. But this car, the nearly fully loaded 5-door Grand Touring hatchback, $26,580 all in. Now, this car has most of the extra features. It does not have the technology package, which actually includes regenerative braking. It's nice to have. It increases fuel economy a little bit, but I don't think it's a requirement. And the exterior paint, the Soul Red Metallic, costs an extra $300. Why not? Go for the extra $300 because this car is spectacular, and this is my top pick for affordable compact hatchbacks. No question about it. This is just an outstanding car, no matter which way you look at it. So I'm out of time for today. If you have any more questions, please leave them for me in the comment section, and be sure to subscribe to the CarBuzz YouTube channel. See you next time, everyone. Thanks for watching.